Riverdale grieved the loss of Luke Perry, both on and off camera. Whether it's a television storyline or in real life, grief is a tough thing to deal with, and people handle their emotions very differently. Here with some tips is licensed clinical professional counselor Laura Pembroke. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Amy. Thanks for having me.
It's interesting because I feel with loss and grief, it's like a club that nobody wants to be in and we all end up in, and until you're there, it's hard for people to talk about.
Exactly. That's why many people come to therapy. Therapists are usually empathic, non-judgmental, understanding, and just a safe person to talk to.
First, I guess, when do you think when do you figure out I need therapy? I can't just deal with this on my own.
Well, sometimes not everyone has a family or friends that are really emotionally supportive, and everybody grieves in their own way. If you can't really move on with your life and you're really stuck emotionally, you might have something called complicated grief, which lasts for about 12 months or more, and that would be a good time to seek out a therapist.
I was surprised. I lost my mom a few years ago, and she was pretty young, and everybody in my family really dealt with it differently emotionally. Does that happen a lot?
Yes, it's very, very common. Some people cry, which can be really healthy. You know, we wash our bodies every day, shower, but sometimes a good cry lets out our negative emotions and releases serotonin and dopamine. Other people hold it in and don't cry and repress their emotions.
All right, so there's 5 stages of grief, you say. Give me the 5 stages.
The first one is actually denial, which is a defense mechanism. It stands for don't even know I am lying. You know, it's so painful, we don't want to accept it. Then is depression, which is a deep feeling of sadness. Sometimes we can't get out of bed, it's hard to function, difficulty concentrating. It's a really sad time.
Number 3?
Number 3 would be anger.
Anger, got it.
Anger is usually a secondary emotion to depression, but it's when you're angry at God, angry at the doctors, maybe angry at the person that died for leaving you.
Yeah, and it seems like that's the point you start kind of getting over things. You move to bargaining?
Exactly. Bargaining is basically like saying, what if? You know, I want this person back. Let's try to strike up a deal with God.
And then you can finally start accepting what has actually happened.
Exactly. And acceptance can take a while. It's different for every person. There's no quick fix.
It's to get to a point, because I actually know somebody who had lost their father several years ago, and to this day it still seems like it happened yesterday. Is there a point where that person needs to then go get counseling?
And you know, anniversaries of the person's death, birthdays, holidays, there's always triggers, but you know, therapy is available anytime, even e-counseling now, which is a person can talk to a counselor such as myself over the telephone, Skype, or FaceTime.
Yeah, and we're getting close to the holidays, so that's going to be even more necessary. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks.
If you are grieving or going through a difficult time and need some healthy advice, you can visit Laura's office, Genuine and Empathic Counseling Services in Arlington Heights. The details are there on your screen, and we'll also have them on our website if you're looking for them.